God damn it. Sorry about that, guys. What's up, guys? It's me, the Explorer, and today we're doing What If Deku Could See the Paranormal, Part 1. Sorry about that. I didn't realize my mic was, gosh dang, muted, so, yeah, but anyway, I'll get to the point. Also, guys, I want to talk to you about something. This will be a stupid idea, but this will be a texting story, unfortunately, but I'm wondering if I should do Izuku Hanma in the Manji, which, let's say Yajiro's like Ogre's dad is like basically Izuku, basically. But anyway, there's another what if. The Sword Princess in the Cup Academy, which does anyone know what that movie is? Well, it's basically because that's gonna be texting story as well, but that texting story is gonna be really different. So you get to vote for the characters. 100% it's gonna be Izuku, but I think he should still be a hero. But if you guys don't want it to be, then I can just send him to, like, I don't know if I can know the viewers. But anyway, I'll talk about more after the video. But anyway, let's get to this. 3 a.m. That's the devil's hour. Jesus. If all the fucking Baku was goddamn screaming, I couldn't fucking rest properly. Besides, the city of Aura, or Ortba, right? Jeez. What do people call it? The God Sanctuary. Last time I've been here, or last time I've ever been here was with my dad when he disappeared. I have vague memories of him. He did a lot of research about this place. When I mean a lot, I mean a lot. I even found a diary in his old room, which Mom closed off for a reason I don't know. But it's said that this is where Dad was last seen, so even though I'm also here for an investigation by Bakugo, my best friend, which, aka guys, there are no quirks in this world. Only Izuku has a power that can see the paranormal, but has powers. You see, his heart stopped at the age of 5, and his heart began to restart. So he both died. He's in between of life and death. And this granted him powers that no one could believe. It's like a 10 for Warframe. Also, I'm going to be doing What If Bell was a 10 for Warframe. And note, guys, some of you are going to scream. Okay, someone has to scream in the comments. 100%. Everyone has going to say, if someone says Excalibur Umbra, or it just says all the goddamn Warframes that he can control because he's special, because Bill's the main character. If I see main character powers ultimate, please, and I'll know what that means. If I don't, someone just say, dude, it means, yes, give us the idea, please. We want to see Tenobel. It will be really interesting for you, X. And I know. Anyway, I'll shut up. As Izukupians wandering around this old abandoned city, which Izuku looks around. Izuku looks at the place, looks completely corroded and somewhat ancient. Some of the buildings were almost completely torn down, except for some. An abandoned church and what was left of the Babylon Tower, it was called. Then Izuku decides to see a manor. Goes to the manor, which was pretty large. He thought it was probably like a mansion for some rich people, but that was hardly the case. Izuku was standing in what was left of the Loki Familia, strong like house. And I'm going to say this, the gods all died during this time period. Just in this time, or in the future. Because the gods there had, for some reason, when they went to heaven, they couldn't go back down reincarnate as mortals. You see, since gods have to take a while for them to be able to get another mortal body, it will take like billions of years more for that body to regenerate. But they had time, but they just couldn't go back down to Earth for some reason. It was like something blocked them off, and the only thing they they could watch was people going into heaven and going to hell. That's all they could see and do. And Izuku's soul color, when he gets into the... No, I'm shutting up because I don't want to spoil it. You guys think that I'm a bit more hyper, it's because I am, because I really want to do this. So I'll zip my lips like zip. Gone. Okay, let's do this. As Zuko begins going into the manor, like... I have a feeling that the store will, like, completely fall off. Thud. I knew it. The door is, like, 100 years old, so I wouldn't be surprised. But the stairs still look kind of fine. He starts walking up the stairs. However, when the moment he touches the railing, it completely, like, falls off. Like, note to self, I keep forgetting this place is still old, so some of it still may look kind of stable, but it's not. Excuse me. As Zuko began going into what's left of the quarters or rooms, he finds a room that had a book in front of it, on the table. The book didn't look aged or anything. It looked like it just was bought yesterday. But Zuko could tell that it's very old and ancient. But his question was, how was it still, in mint condition? So he decides to, like, grab it and puts it in his backpack for research, or to sell to a museum, because the researchers there were really interested in the artifacts there, but decided to abandon the expedition because the city was, like, found to be filled with radiation. But during this time period that Izuku was in, like, let's say when it's 3 a.m., the radiation completely, like, vanishes, like nothing. For some reason, every 3 a.m., the whole thing's gone until 6 a.m. And oh boy, if it reaches 6 a.m., you will not fucking survive because the radiation levels are got really high. Of course, Azuka's wearing a mask, obviously, but like that will help much because even at 3 a.m., you can breathe fine when it's 3. But when it keeps going up to 4 and 5, and like if it goes up to 5, just you feel like a bit kind of drained or a little sick. But when it goes to 5, you feel woozy and dizzy. 6, you feel terrible, and you feel like you're gonna vomit blood any second. So that's why Izuku's just gonna stay there for like, since it just turned 3, he's just gonna stay there for 1 hour, because he can't risk any more exposure to this stuff. He searches the other rooms. He finds another room. He sees a sword, and he looked at the name that was on the top of it. Eyes Wallenstein. You can remember this one. She was quite... The books were so old that they couldn't find the gender for him or her. So he looked around in her room and grabbed the sword. As he unsheathed the weapon, it looked like the blade hadn't been, like, touched in years, but it was extremely rusted. However, it did not look like it would, like, break easily. Maybe Izu could probably, like, get this all cleaned up. Probably repaired completely. Hang up on his wall or something, or just give it to an antique shop. But he had a feeling he shouldn't. It was as if that he wanted to give it to someone, but he didn't know why. So he decides to put it in his bag's holster, or backpack's holster. He begins exploring more. He has about 30 more minutes left before before it hits 4, so he should be fine. As he goes into the rooms, he finds something interesting. He finds another book, but it looks like a journal. So he decides to pick it up as well and begins reading it. but the language was really, really hard to translate. As Izuku says, maybe Baku or Kirishima or maybe Orochi can get some research on this. Besides, even I don't see any paranormals here. People do. The reason why I came to investigate this place was because of the rumors of people saying that they've seen people coming here at night and disappearing and like vanished. I have not heard anything yet. And it's the devil's hour, so something should have appeared by now, but it hasn't. I don't sense anything. Like my previous encounter when I actually saw a demon. God, it took a lot of willpower just to get him out of the house and banish him back to hell. I must say that fight was quite challenging, but I grew stronger that day. Anyway, who cares about my personal life? Hey, author up there, how you doing? Me, like, stop breaking the goddamn fourth wall, Deku. I have to pay like $100. I have to pay bills for that, you know. Sorry. Snaps her fingers, completely like erases this event. Anyway, let's see. We have a journal and we have a diary, and we have an old sword. 10 minutes have passed. Well, time to go. He begins walking away and walking through what's left of the city. Then he sees to his right a bar that looks to be about at least like thousands of years old. But he sees light flickering through it. He checks the time. He has about 20 minutes left. He sees his ride. He says, I can be quick. Izuku proceeds to walk into what looked like a tavern. He looked around a bit and he just sees a lot of things. He sees like a mug moving by itself, but it looked like it had alcohol in it. Well, for him, it looked like it was there, but you could see through the alcohol. Like, it was like halfway invisible. And then Izuku began starting to look very closer, and all of a sudden, he could see a person drinking it. It was not a ghost, right? It was not a ghost, which was weird to him. This person was even see-through. The guy was laughing about how there's some kid with white hair has run away from eyes, which he pointed to the empty chair. Then all of a sudden, a person appeared behind there, and she just like, shut up. Not her, like Rivia, and does the whole thing. But Izuku looks very closely at her and stares at her right directly. And for some reason, Rivia turned to her left, and he just sees a person right next to her, which everyone in that bar couldn't see him but her. As she's like wondering, like, can I help you with something? Izuku's like says, no, it's nothing. As he like disappears right in front of her view, like as if he just leaves and walks away, which none of them see. And Finn and Garo are like, who are you talking to? Freya was like Rivia was confused, like, what do you mean? There was someone right next to me. And he just was like staring at us, like, as all of them are like confused now. Rivia, there was no one there. Which confused Rivia, like, she's like, what? But he was right there. As she turns around and sees no one walk out the door, it just shocked her. Is she seeing things, or was it just her illusion? Was she seeing things, or was he real? Or did he have a skill of some sort to turn him invisible or teleport? None of them saw him but Rivia. But then Izuku dropped something by accident. he dropped, let's just say, what's a good thing to drop? He dropped his flashlight. Then Rivia looked. Then everyone turned around and heard a thud next to the door. And they looked where the noise was, and they just saw this shiny-looking thing that was really weird looking. It wasn't a weapon. It looked like some type of weapon, but didn't know what the purpose was. So Rivia decided to grab it and study it. And then everyone went back to eating. Anyway, I'll cut to Zuku. Zuku starts to walk away, and he just realized, shit, I left my flashlight. I'll come pick up, whatever, I'll buy a new one. Besides, the radiation's probably get destroyed anyway. Besides, I'm already about my time's almost up. I only have like 5 minutes left. Ezekiel heads to what's left of the broken down entrance and leaves. He begins driving away, and he begins wondering. He's never seen a spirit with pointy ears before. And matter of fact, green hair and green eyes like him. Was she someone that died, or was she someone that was long since, like, was an elf before? Like the stories have told. Doesn't matter. Oh, so I'm gonna say why his hair got green and green eyes. Let's just say that on occasion when he died, his hair turned green, and his hair turned green, his eyes turned green as well. There, boom. As now we cut to Zuko at his quote unquote like house or house, going through what he got. He also recorded everything, which the camera did catch some figures, but not clearly what Zuko could see. Only Zuko could see like the figures clearly. And then he began editing the video and posting on his YouTube channel. Deku of Izuku Adventures, or a paranormal Deku's paranormal investigator. There, boom, there. That's his YouTube channel name. You guys don't like it, then okay. Izuku then proceeded to upload the video, and well, that's another day done. I almost explored every haunted place in the world. Still have a few left on my thing, but whatever. And besides, that place, I gotta investigate it more. Besides, I have to wait 2 weeks till another full moon comes up. Besides, the reason why is because when there's a full moon, all the radiation in that area is gone. And the reason why is there even radiation is because those damn military idiots they dropped a bomb near there, and the radiation leaked through all the way to there. The radiation is slowly like going away, but it's gonna be like at least another century until that's goddamn gone. But I'm pretty happy that I found at 3 a.m. the radiation completely dissipates at that time. I don't know why, but for some reason, some particular reason, that woman is quite strange. I've heard of elves, but in those gosh dang like games you play for like I don't know, I can't remember the name. I know what the name is. It starts with an H, but I'm not gonna say it because YouTube will like take this video down. So beware of that, guys. Making sure my video is still online. Okay, let's go. Izuku then proceeded to go to sleep, like shut all the lights off and go to sleep and have something to eat. And he yawns and goes to sleep. Like tomorrow or next 3 weeks, I'm gonna make sure investigate that more thoroughly. Closes his eyes and sleeps. Now, to the present of Damanchu of the city of Orta. As all the Loki familiars get back to their quote-unquote manor, all of them look, as soon as they get home, they notice one thing. This is in the past, but you see, when it's 3 a.m., magic starts to resonate, and the radiation there begins to dissipate because of magic suppressing all the radiation. But at the same time, I'm gonna say this because I'm making up bullshit, but this is my what if, okay? Let's just pretend that at 3 a.m. that there's a magic that connects to Damanchi in the present, like into the past, like Damanchi into the past, into the future. The first thing they noticed was the doors completely like gone. Second, all of them begun on guard. And Loki says, everyone, check if there's any intruders. And Loki began like biting on her nail, like, how did someone sneak in? There are loads of guards. Which everyone made sure to go everywhere. As everyone saw, only Ice's room, Leafia's room, and Loki's room opened, which, ooh, you know how you said like items in the past, past, like let's pretend that they were there, but in the future, yeah, since it's in the past, the stuff's like looks like it's still there, but at that time when Isuku took it at 3 a.m., it was like gone. Eyes looked everywhere, because she swore she had her sword in here, but she saw her sword was gone, aka someone stole it. And Leafia's diary was, gone. And one thing that made Loki so mad was, the expedition journal that she had written down, because I's sword was gone, Leafia's diary was gone, and let's say Loki's journal for the expeditions they kept going through, like all the information. Oh, and this made the goddess mad. She sent a full search party to find the culprit. Which Eyes and Leafia are panic. Like Eyes is like kind of panicking because she just lost her sword, which is like on the most unbreakable steel that she could ever get. And there is no replacement. Well, you could get a replacement, but the amount of cash you need would be a lot. And also, do you know how hard it is to tell Blacksmith that you lost that sword? Like, I think it would take him like 4 years to make make her an exact copy. However, Leafy want to talk about Loki. Rivia want to talk to Loki about something. As Loki agrees and lets everyone leave to tells Finn to go with Gareth to go look if there's any trails of this person. As Rivia began to pull something out of her sleeve, it was a flashlight, which Loki has never seen a flashlight before. And Loki began to inspect it. And Loki sees a name, which is written in English. And she reads it, or sees wording on the top of it. She begins to say, what does it say? Loki is a many Persian. She knows languages all the way to years. She knows Japanese. And she reads it, Zuku Midoriya. As she begins asking Rivia, where'd she get this? Well, I found it. When we were at the bar last night, remember when I said there was someone right next to me? Loki said yes. Loki said yeah. What about it? Well, this was piquing her interest. which she didn't think he was real, but when I was there, I saw him carrying something behind his back. It looked like Ice's sword. And that's when it hit Loki. Was that guy taunting me? Good thing Rivia found him. Good thing Rivia found this, or we know the culprit's name at least. But at least we're gonna make sure that this is gonna be. At least we're gonna make sure that we catch this culprit, right, Rivia? Rivia says yes, but I don't think he's. No. Sorry, guys. I don't know why I'm not making sense now. I was making sense like earlier, but whatever. Got it. Loki. Loki says, yeah. Rivia? Yes, Rivia? I don't think that. I don't think that he's even. I think he's an elf. As Loki's like, that would explain. How do you know he's an elf? She says, well, he had green hair and green eyes. Which this Loki's like, so is he a half elf? Rivia says, yeah. Didn't get a good look at him, but he definitely had green hair and green eyes. But I didn't see if he had long ears or not. However, I don't know what happened after that. The moment I heard that thump, the moment I tried to look around, he was gone. Like, vanished. Loki says, what do you mean vanished? Ruby's like, I mean vanished, like, gone. The moment I saw him, it was like, he was there a second and not. Loki's like, so must be a cloaking magic type, right? Rivy's like, yes, I think so. That skill is pretty rare. My skill or magic's pretty rare. If you find him, bring it to me. I want to answer a few questions. I want to know how he got into our defenses, even though some of people here are at least level 2, level 2s and 2s and 3s for the guards. But he managed to breach our defenses in less than, in an instant. And no one got notified or no one even heard anything breaking. Since it was the past, because the door was broken down, the Loki Familia didn't hear the door breaking down at all. It was because it broke from the future. But in the past, the door just broke right off and just fell to the ground without making any noise because of that. Since Zig was touching it. But I'm going to end it off today because I want to see you guys' reaction. I really do. But you guys really enjoyed? Oh, wait. I should probably talk about this what if or technical story. But anyway, the Indian in the cupboard is, cabinet. The Indian in the cabinet or cupboard, it's like a miniature cupboard you can move around. But let's just say that you had a figure, right? And you put it in, and you try to lock it, but the cabinet's not magic, the key is. When you turn it, the figure comes to life. But I'll explain more in my next video. But if you guys really want to, enjoy this video, tell me in the comment section. If you guys really enjoyed, please smash the like button. And I hope you enjoyed. I'll talk to you later. Goodbye.